Hello, everyone, and good morning. So with that being said, I like to jump straight into it. If you follow me when I do my videos, I like to get into the meat of what I'm talking about first, and then I can give shout outs later for people. I value people's time. And time is the one thing that we can't buy that back. We got many do-overs that we could do, but we can't redo over something that's inside the past. We might can do things to fix it, but we can't redo that exact moment. That leads into the reason on why I'm actually doing this live. A lot of times I do live sporadically, but when I'm inspired to actually do something because I feel like it's a message that's going to resonate with someone or a lot of people. So I wanted to talk about us with the new coming season, the holidays coming up. People are re-looking over the past year, previewing the future. Seeing what did they do, what dreams did they let die, what are they going to actually try to rekindle and move forward, and how it's going to make it happen. So one of the things I like to talk about is what a lot of people, quote unquote, hear about, what they call laws of attraction. The thing about laws and principles, these are pretty much proven. They are consistent regardless of circumstances. And I think a lot of people mistake attracting something and going after that something as being the same thing. So as I talked about it in the title, is people don't really, it's very important that we start to really look within, because understanding and verifying every aspect of our being is so critical in the things that we attract towards us. And the thing about the things that we attract things whether we want them or not. See, every aspect of our being has a magnetic pull. Is tied to a frequency, and the dominant part of your being is going to be the thing that's what's mostly attracted into your life. Say for instance, let's say you're a good person, you're action wise, but other aspects of your being inside, the negative self-talk, the negative way that you look at yourself, how you view your appearance, how do you critique your past, how do you critique your gains, you might tend to look at them through a negative light. And a lot of times we gloss this over by saying, oh, we're our harshest critic. But that's a hard thing, because when we are constantly criticizing ourselves harshly, we're going to attract people that criticize us into our lives. Now, the thing about attracting the people into our lives is we can't go by who we've met in the first 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or we'll say the honeymoon stage. Because in a honeymoon stage, a lot of people are able to bring their acting component, their best representative. But when all the hormones and everything calms down and the true self starts to emerge, you'll start to actually see who these people are to you. So the same person that might have supported you in the beginning during the getting to know you or courting phase becomes the same person that constantly seems like they're criticizing everything you do. But to be honest, a lot of times we attract that type of person into our lives. Matter of fact, we attract them and we bring that dominant part of themselves out to us. They might not initially want to criticize us, but because we are very critical ourselves, over time, they start to mimic the energy that we put out to us. Even if their thoughts, their rational says, hey, they want something different. A lot of times we communicate through energy. A lot of people might not get this. And for the ones that don't get it, this is probably why you're missing a lot. So I'm not going to give the watered down version inside this one right here. I'm going to give it straight up. We are made up of energy, so much that we have instruments now that can measure the energy that our body puts out. Our brain is a mixture of chemical impulses, energy. Our body is fueled by energy. The way that we operate throughout evolution is really based on energy. Calories are energy. Our relationship with food provides energy. That's one of the most dominant relationships that we have. I actually was watching a live on Phoenix Love. You could check her out. The live last night was great. And the lady was actually talking about our relationship between food. And that's one of the most dominant relationships that we have. And it's not so much as the big thing, which we see as the food, it's the calories, it's the energy that it provides. That's the same thing with our relationships with people. we don't normally get with people just because of, we might initially think we get with somebody for what they do or anything like that, but for the most part, we get with people and we stay stuck with people, or we get repelled away from people based on their energy. So we are energy beings, but a lot of us have been conditioned to see things using our limited 5 senses to try to understand reality. I know I might be going a little bit left for some people here, but you got to stay with me. And I feel it's part of my mission, as to whether people like it or not, is to wake them up to what they're not seeing. A lot of people are spending a lot of their lives looking through here to try to really draw to them the things that matters inside here. And this is where it comes down to your energy. Every aspect of who you are has an energy pulse, has a magnetic pull. So if you're dominated, like I said, by negative thoughts, negative belief systems, negative self-talk, that's what you're going to attract inside your life. You're very rarely, even if you get monetary gains, you won't get happiness from that, because you're not attracting happiness. So I wanted to jump on and talk about this real quick. Let me go down here, see if there's anybody with might have any questions on here. That's what it's about. You got to mind your energy. You got to mind your space, because every aspect of you has an attraction, and the dominant person on who you are is what you're going to attract inside your life, be it good or bad, and it's all up to you. So this is why I constantly preach to people about operating from a space of happiness. This is not the giddy, everywhere you walk around, you're just like nothing's going wrong. That's not real happiness. That's delusional. Real happiness is being able to see circumstances for what they are, and still, in my opinion, and still operate in a positive movement. All right, not just in a positive thinking, but positive movement. Because if you do not add the action to the energy, to the thought, you're pretty much going to come up with a lot of nothingness. It's not going to be tangible. And when I say positive movement, I'm not talking about just what's good or bad. I'm saying positive as it aligns to what you want to achieve. So even our awareness has an energy. If we have a very low awareness about who and what we are, we're not going to manifest, we're not going to attract our full potential into our life, because it'll just be too much. And I feel God, the universe, whatever name you want to put on it, is not wasteful. Everything has meaning. So it's not going to bring you, bring things that you think that you desire that's pretty much going to be wasted. You know, you'll constantly be stuck in that lesson loop. You know, the lesson, learning, never really passing the test, because that's just who you are. We have to become the things in which we want to achieve. If you want to attract, let's just say, more money, let's face it, because people, hey, money is good. To me, money is not evil. The evil use of money is evil, but there's plenty of people that are doing positive things with money. So if something positive can be done with something, I'm not going to say that it's evil. Now, the tool, I'm not going to call the tool evil. It's in the hands that it's being used inside. So let's say money. If we're constantly in a scarcity mindset, always worrying about things, you're not going to be able to attract the money that you desire. And if you attract it, you won't be able to keep it, because you'll constantly be spending it or pouring it down an open hole, or something that's not fulfilled. Now, once you tend to start to have fulfillment, and then you attract the same money in, you'll be able to watch how it accumulate. And of course, we have the outliers out there, the people that are miserable and everything like that, that's accumulated money. But most of these people did it on the backs of other people. Their grandparents and their parents built things and put things into play that gave them a lead up. But as you look at the studies, most people that have was born into favorable circumstances without understanding the hardships that it takes to actually get and maintain those circumstances usually lose it within a generation or two. So, and that's just the way it is. All right, so I wanted to say that real quick and just get people coming in to the holiday season, to this goal achievement time that's coming up. Start to be able to invest in the parts that you are not paying attention to. Start to look around and look at the circumstances that you do not feel are favorable towards the life that you want to lead, and pay attention to those parts of your being, because those are the things that you need to work on. See, a lot of people think that they need to work on their strengths. Listen, in today's day and age, you're not about to capitalize and have monetize on just your strengths. Most people want to see where you're weak at and how you strengthen in those weaknesses, so that now that you can dominate whatever it is that you want to dominate. That's the story that sells. So start looking towards the parts of your being. First of all, start examining, look at your circumstances. Why are you not getting the things that you want? Why don't you have the clarity of vision that you want to be able to take not just the next step, but the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps forward that aligns to what you want to achieve? Why you can't take the steps to lose that extra 20 to 30 pounds that we happen to put on? Why we can't take the steps to get out of a negative relationship into something that's positive and fruitful to us, not just intimate, but our business relationships? Why we can't take the steps to take our entrepreneurial business from mediocre to great? Why we can't take the steps that it takes to be in this mundane position at our job to being in a position that we know that we feel that we deserve based on the skill sets that we have? All those things, all those reasons in today's society is on us. If you're not going down a path that aligns to the life that you want to live, it's only your fault. You know, it's only your fault. And that's the hard truth of it. And sometimes you hate to deliver it to people like that, but that's just the way that it is. But it really comes down to your energy. Your energy conservation is one of the laws of thermodynamics. Is we are almost evolutionarily designed to conserve our energy. But most people are just allowing their energy just to go haywire because of things like fear, or the lack of awareness, or even understanding the importance of energy. Or we're giving someone else rights to use our energy as they see fit. And that's one of the greatest mistakes that a lot of people do inside their life. So with that, I do like to keep these kind of relatively short so I can get right to the point. If anybody has any questions after this live video, I will answer them down inside the comment section and say hello to everyone out there, because I'm also going to take this same content and put it over to my YouTube channel. That's another thing. Oh, tonight on we have a new segment inside Passion and Purpose to Prosperity with Miss Catherine Story, and she's actually a storyteller and a content monetization strategist to help people be able to take their content and create revenue from it. Take your books and create prosperity from it, not just bring in money, because your book can do so much more for you. My one book, The Reverse Effect, was actually soon I'm about to come out with a whole new design, sending it through another round of edits, always trying to revise and redo. And I'm actually going to change the cover up too. So I will unveil what that cover is going to look like real soon as I make the book available. But I've gotten so many opportunities from this one thing. I have a YouTube video, I think I'm gonna post a picture up, where my background 3 years ago when I first started writing my book, I had nothing, no books, no anything, right? I had a printer, that's it. And just the amazing opportunities allowing writing all this stuff down helped me to actually become clear on the direction that I want to take inside my life. And if you followed me over the last 3 years, I mean, I love manifesting and allowing dreams to manifest through me that makes me say wow and other people laugh. Because when I've told other people the things that I was doing, I got laughs. Of course, behind my back, but I got laughs. You know, and even myself, I was like, to God, I was like, wow, whew, that's a lot. But here it is. And all pretty much came from the opportunities created from putting my thoughts and ideas down on paper, and then over the last 3.5 years, charging this with my energy to manifest these things. These 7 life-changing principles are habits for me. People ask me often, how do I achieve the goals? Matter of fact, I'm bringing out an updated version also of my planner will be available this weekend, where there's 3 versions of it, but now they're all going to be fillable. Because I had people say, hey, if I don't have a printer, how do I do this and how do I do that? So I went through and I made the PDF version fillable. And I'm going to be making that available, one, to all the people that first downloaded the first version of it, and to the new people also as well. And then we're going to have a platinum version that I actually put together. And then I said I'm going to have a course behind that on how my formula that I use on this very same planner that helped me gain clarity and become more productive. Be on the lookout for that. I will have that coming to you real soon. Well, I thank everyone for tuning into this live. I hope that I know that this is inspiring. I don't even hope anymore. I'm not going to even be hiding behind, you know, a fake having to dumb myself down to appease someone else. I know that this is inspiring. I know that this is motivating. And I know that this will definitely help you if you allow you to help yourself. Don't get outside yourself, get inside yourself, because there is where all the real change is. There is no plan that's going to help you maximize your potential if you do not become someone willing to maximize your own potential. And with that, I'm out.